This actually reminds me when I used to sell your clothes on Vinted, and I used to deliberately have you in the photos so that they'd sell. So if anyone bought some of the Maisie's old clothes on Vinted, thank you.
If you bought my old clothes on Vinted, I didn't know about it. I wasn't informed. I didn't know she was selling them. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Twinhood with me, Maisie Peters, and...
me, Ellen Peters.
Yay! So this week, we will be running a little bit differently to our usual schedule. I thought, now we've been running for a couple of months, it was time to let the Twinhoodites... just made that up now. The Twinhoodites, you can leave in the comments below what you'd like to be referred to as. But it was time to let you guys out of your cage, so to speak. I thought we could really make this episode about you, about what you want to hear, questions you have. We asked you what your favourite game was.
Queen, I'm worried. Does this mean it's not going to be talking about me?
No, don't worry, Queen. It's always talking about you. That's the backbone of this podcast, is talking about you. What else would we do?
Thank God.
Sit in silence. So yeah, this is really dedicated to you, our wonderful listeners, because we just appreciate you so much and we want to involve you as much as possible, because this is really it's not even us thing, you know? It's not just a me and you thing.
It's a family.
It's a family affair.
You're like our third, fourth, sixth, seventh sisters.
I thought you were going to say cousins for a minute.
No.
I was like, why does that feel real?
You know?
Wait, maybe that's what we call you, the cousins.
The cousins! Love that.
Okay, well, before we get into that, Ellen, how's your week been?
It was a big one.
It was a big one for both of us. You could argue kind of more me.
Definitely more you.
But also in the way that you're sort of the main character.
I did have to get off my private jet, aka my EasyJet flight.
Right, yeah.
Aka in Luton Airport.
And there's nothing more glamorous than that.
There's nothing more glam than Luton Airport.
So I played a one-off show with Ed Sheran, who obviously, by the way, we are talking about Ed Sheeran, but I've just made it my lifelong goal to always say Ed Sheran, and I'm just going to continue to do that.
Yeah, keep going.
Chase your bliss.
Yeah.
So I went to Ipswich, played with Ed Sheran. We played on the Sunday, was it? Yeah, played on the Sunday, did some rehearsals, got back together with the band. It was very cute. Everyone was really excited to be back.
Day of God, and our God is Ed Sheran.
Literally. And we pray at the altar. We pray at the altar of Shape of You. God knows we do. So we were rehearsing, getting ready. I was singing again. It was kind of spooky, scary, but it was also actually kind of fun. 'Cause it's been a while since I've done any rehearsals or anything of the like. And then on the Sunday, I went to Ipswich. And I thought that you and your boyfriend would not be coming because you were in Italy, Sunday morning, you were in Italy on your girls' holiday. So I just assumed you weren't coming. I didn't get your ticket. And then very last minute, you changed your mind.
Yeah, well, as you know, we all know I'm not that organised. But
No.
I realised I kind of just counted it out because I just knew I was Sunday, travel day. And then I realised my flight gets in at 1 p.m. And so I was like, I think I could make this. And God bless EasyJet, you know, we got there, we got to Luton right on time. I was a bit nervy on the Sicily runway. But yeah, we make it. I do not have much time. I've got to get from Luton to Luton train station. So I've got to get a monorail thing. Then I have to get from Luton train station to Farringdon. Then I got to get a tube, and then I got to get a train from London to Ipswich, all in the space of about 2.5 hours. And then I've got to give Maisie's tour manager my literal carry-on from the plane with all my clothes. So I am also shocked. It's another hot day in London, and it's all going well. Everything's on time, and then my train stops at Kentish Town. And if anyone knows where Kentish Town is, it's not close to Liverpool Street.
To where you were trying to go to.
So
no, it's not.
At this point, I have got bag over, literally running to the tube station.
I can't even imagine your mental state.
It was not good. I had
tatters.
15 minutes to get from Camden to Liverpool Street, and that involves a change at Moorgate. The London girls will know, I need everything on time. And this is a train my boyfriend's getting. So I can't miss it. Anyway, I run. If anyone's seen me, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
And I get on the train. I'm fuming. I'm just fuming because I'm just so hot and just everything has gone wrong. But I make the train. I meet on the train. I'm really overstimulated, and I have like a cry that's not a cry. And
That happens. It does happen.
Then everything's fine. And I had a really good time.
Because I realised when you were at the show, I was like, wait, this is actually your perfect show.
It's my perfect show.
Because you, as we talked about, your music taste is eclectic. Yeah. Sort of pop, Glee cast, Mimi Webb.
Yeah.
The Greatest Showman.
Okay, I'm not quite the Greatest Showman.
The monkey from Robbie Williams show. We would do a callback. But you know what I realised? I was like, wait, Ellen would love an Ed Sheeran show.
Loved it so much.
You loved it so much. I've literally never seen you so happy.
Love Ed Sheeran.
What's your favourite song?
I liked Sapphire.
Yes.
And then I also liked...
I actually also really like Sapphire, can I just say?
It's actually a bop.
It's a bop.
I also like, obviously, Photograph. Had a little slow dance with my man. But I think you're forgetting the star of the show, James Blunt.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I should have seen that one coming.
And you know what? So I sit down and they come late. I mean, cheeky James Blunt family who didn't come and see you.
James Blunt's family didn't come and see me.
No. So they rock up late.
Where's their taste?
And and then the guy sat next to me, he sits down and I tell you within 2 seconds, he's like, I'm James Blunt's uncle. He's my nephew. And I'm like, that's kind of iconic. It reminds me of when I used to be like 18 in Prism, in the club, and I used to like be drunk in the bathroom and you just used to go up to people with your Instagram and just be like, my sister sings.
Did you tell James Blunt's uncle that you were Maisie Peter's sister?
No, I didn't. I tried to play it cool. I didn't want to like take away from his moment. Like he was really clearly quite proud.
That's really nice. I don't think you've literally ever done that with me once, but I'm glad you could do it with James Blunt's uncle.
But the thing is like being family member of Maisie is like, it's always a bit nervy, like when you're like at a concert as big as that, because you like the people behind you obviously don't know who we are. I mean, who could? I know it's shocking.
Can't imagine it. Yeah.
They obviously don't know who we are, so I'm always like, oh my god. Not that anyone would, but you know, sometimes if you're like at Summertime Ball, I probably like said like bitched about some kind of
someone
singer
that was on.
Yeah, just a bit of like maybe some gossip or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh my god, please don't say anything bad whilst you're singing.
Because what would you do?
Smack them.
Okay, well that's one idea. No, did I ever tell you when I was on the Ed Sheeran tour back at, like a few years ago, I was in Paris and I was sat in the hotel lobby next to these French people and they started being like, I wonder who the support is for the Ed Sheeran show tonight. And then they were like, it's this girl called Maisie Peters. And then they went, oh, I don't really like her music, to be fair. Me and Tina sat there, no, valid.
But you know what is cute is for the Eras tour, like there was lots of TikToks about when like all the support artists for the UK got announced and like people were like, oh my God, which is probably not nice for the other artists. They were like, oh, I got this person. I really wish I got Maisie. And I was like, oh.
It's nice.
But sorry, back to me. You ask if I was in a box for Ed Sheeran and I can confirm, no, I wasn't. I was originally, God forbid, having to stand. And then luckily some people dropped out last minute and I could claim the seats. I said, are you sure you want to come if you're standing? I would have done it, but like I wouldn't have been happy.
No, and I would have known about it. That's the thing about me, is I would have known about it. Do you know, this is some deep lore on me and James Blunt. So niche. Me and James Blunt did a French TV show together called Taratatar or something. We did a French TV show together pre-COVID. I had a brunette mullet. And we sang a cover of The Weeknd, I Can't Feel My Face, together on French TV. And then afterwards, I was sat there on the French TV show sofa, and it's the live studio audience, but the presenter is speaking in French and then sometimes translates to me and James Blunt, and we're also sat there on the sofa, and French people are all around us. And then the guy goes to me, Maisie, I'm not going to do a French accent, Maisie, what do you think James Blunt should sing now? And I was like, his new song.
No.
And then, this is in front of a live studio audience. What should James Blunt sing now? I go, his new song. He goes, no, say something different. And I go, whatever he wants to sing. And he goes, no, say something different. And then I'm sat there like, I don't know if I can, obviously love James Blunt, love you, King, but I don't know if I can name loads of James Blunt songs. I'm also on the spot right then and there, and the only one I can think of is You're Beautiful, but I'm like, I can't ask him to sing that. Like, that's so bait. If the only one I ask him to sing is You're Beautiful. So I'm sat there, sweat dripping down my face, all these French people around me like, bonjour. And then I get this like flash. It's like a spirit came down and spoke to me, and I remembered him sound checking, and I was sat on the sofa, and I remembered him singing these words, and they were "Goodbye, my lover," and I thought, okay, well maybe that's the song, but that was the only words I remembered, so I just went, "Goodbye, my lover," and he went, "Yes," and he sang, and I got away with it. But imagine.
How do you, like, Gavin and Stacey, like, Bryn literally blasting out the James Blunt?
Well, what James Blunt songs do you know by name? What would you have asked for?
Bonfire Heart.
No, that's actually true, and I do love Bonfire Heart, but I was having a mind blank. But I don't know if James Blunt even remembers this. Like, I don't know if he recalls us singing "I Can't Feel My Face," me and James Blunt, and we were singing opposite each other. We were singing to each other,
Also,
serenading, if you will.
Also, like, both great voices. Not sure if I really see them
meshing
together.
Well, it was a once-in-a-lifetime moment.
Yeah.
Shout out to the French people that got to witness it.
Everyone did excellently.
Did you enjoy my set?
Yeah. Ask me what the first thing I noticed about your set was.
What was the first thing you noticed about my set?
Maisie's nipples.
Right, there it is. There it is.
They were erect. They were standing to attention.
You can't be saying that.
What, nipples erect? Yes, you can.
We were talking about in the last podcast episode about how I no longer currently am believing in bras, and I just took that to the stage. I thought, let me bring that ethos. But all I will say was it was quite cold air conditioning in the stadium before I went outside to sing, and that might have had an impact. What can I say?
They looked great. Can I say the girls looked great?
Thank you.
That, as a sister, I was just like,
you were shocked, and everything I do is to shock you. To be fair.
It was just like they were staring right at me.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the show.
Like, and you know what's good is you kept them erect throughout the whole set.
Yeah, you know, I had a word with them. I said, "Come on, girls."
Mine would have been like fucking, I don't know. It wouldn't have been pretty, but no, it looked trendy. It looks cool. I think that's one of the bonuses of having smaller breasts.
And we should get into that right now. The pros and the cons.
Because they just looked so perky and just so great.
Thanks, Queen. So one of the nicest things you said to me.
But I was obviously, my mum and my boyfriend sat next to them, and obviously I have no filter, so I was just like, look at Maisie's nipples.
Imagine the people behind you as well. Like, this is a bit weird.
I just think you're not like Miley Cyrus's "Can't Be Tamed" era.
No, I don't think anyone's ever said Maisie Peters is giving Miley Cyrus "Can't Be Tamed."
So it was just a little X-rated delight.
Well, I aim to please. I'm glad that was your interpretation.
Your singing was obviously really good.
What was your favourite song?
I can't lie, you didn't do my favourite one.
What's your favourite one?
I just don't understand why "There It Goes." Which one's that?
You don't like "There It Goes"?
It's just a bit like oh no, I don't think I've got the right one.
I don't even think that's the right song though. Moving on.
My favourite song is "Lost the Breakup."
You do love that one.
That is the best one ever.
I also really like "Lost the Breakup."
Favourite Ex was "A Blast from the Past." Mm-hmm. That was a comeback.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring it back. Did it make you think of being in school?
No, I was just looking at your nipples.
Oh. Right, great. Well,
some that I think should have been in that you didn't include.
No, I was trying to move on, but no, you should tell me what I did wrong with my set list.
No.
You don't want to tell me?
No, you were great. Because then I'm going to give you imposter syndrome.
No, it's okay. I'm quite secure.
Where's Brooklyn?
No, I know, Queen, but maybe I'll bring back Brooklyn for like one show on the next tour where you're there.
Hates to talk about me. She just like, it's like you're trying to erase me when you're on stage.
I'm not trying to erase you. You just don't really come up.
Where was
at what point would I speak about you?
Like, hey guys, hope you're enjoying my set. I also have a new podcast with my twin sister. Check it out. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
You know what? I can't argue with that.
Maisie, we need a roof over our head. And you're currently not releasing any music. So it's got to come from somewhere.
So everyone, if we could just keep listening to the podcast, those at home, keep those listens up.
Guys, just know that the longer MP3 doesn't come out, the water bill
is... I don't even make you pay the water bill.
That's true.
Right, moving on from that conversation, you were talking about how you were quite hot.
Yes.
And I would like to bring actually our first photo of the podcast up.
Oh my God.
So I came downstairs today and I saw Ellen and I literally went, what on earth? I could not believe.
What was that?
It was a what was that? Ready? 3, 4. What was that? She went to.
So I went to F45.
There it is.
I went to F45. And so yeah, went with my lovely manager, and we realised that the one which is close to where my manager lives is the one where my friend works. So I sent her a message. I was like, hey, Queen, are you going to work today, tomorrow? Like, when are you working? And then I was like, perfect. Okay. Because I've heard stories about when you're the new person at the F45 class, the instructor goes, hi, guys, we've got a new person in this class.
Ooh.
Give her a clap.
Ooh.
I literally was having heart palpitations about
being the new person.
Being clapped.
That everyone had to clap.
Yeah. I'd be like, take it easy on her. It's her first. But no, luckily it was quite a nice class. It was because it wasn't that busy because I guess Friday, who's going to the gym on a Friday?
You are because you're better than other people. If they haven't heard.
You know what? All I can say is like cardio. If we thought cardio blast was intense.
Walk in the park.
It was a lot, but where I went wrong is I started with cardio, and I quickly realized F45 and cardio is not quite for me. So then I switched to the strength and
and that was better for you.
Yeah, it was better.
I have literally never seen you that shade. I've never seen you so
crazy.
red.
I thought I was like gonna pass out. It was also like really hot. It was in a studio, so it's not like it was.
Yeah, I actually can't believe you survived it, to be honest.
I know, but the instructors told me that I did really well because like a lot of people in their first time actually do throw up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like at least I didn't throw up.
Oh, that's something, I suppose, Queen.
Obviously, I have to do everything first and then Maisie follows suit. It's like I have to like get out of the way the awkward, embarrassing first time. So I think F45 could be in our future, Queen.
It could definitely be in our future.
Might be added to the schedule.
I'm trying to reform a Pilates class next week.
Oh my God.
So we'll see how that goes.
Jesus, I feel like I'd wobble. I'd be like Jake Shane.
Our favourite.
Yeah, our favourite king.
Yeah, I did one years ago. I'm quite stressed about the socks. I feel like I need to have like the Pilates socks, but I don't really know if I'm meant to be like buying them beforehand. Am I meant to go and like just get my dogs out? I've seen people being like, you cannot just get your dogs out of the Pilates reformer machine.
Someone will snap a picture of your dogs and like Maisie Peters' dogs will go for a lot.
It's one thing to have Maisie Peters' dogs, but if I'm not even... If profiting from my own dogs.
That would be a crime.
That would be a crime. If a girl can't profit off her dogs, what can she profit off? This actually
reminds me when I used to sell your clothes on Vinted, and I used to deliberately have you in the photos so that they'd sell. So if anyone bought some of the like Maisie's old clothes on Vinted, thank you.
If you bought my old clothes on Vinted, I didn't know about it. I wasn't informed. I didn't know she was selling them.
Honestly, I was one like low cash month from literally putting in the title Maisie Peters' old jeans.
Well, it's good to know where those have gone.
They went like hot fire.
I bet they did.
If MP3 isn't releasing soon, and you know my worries about the roof over our heads, I might have to start selling your dogs. Pictures of your dogs.
You can't be selling pictures of my dogs. First your clothes, then your dogs. There's nothing sacred anymore.
MP3.
Where is it? So, with this episode, as we said in the intro, we wanted to really let you guys out of your cages, just let you really get involved.
Let them be free.
Let them be free and wild, just like you and me. So, we asked you to ask us some questions, burning questions that you had for us that you wanted the answer to, and we got a lot of good ones. So, we're going to go through them now for you all. Ready, Ellen?
Yeah. Did your parents ever assign you a colour like most twins? What was yours? Funny story is, so unlike me, I kind of chose the colours for me and Maisie. So she wasn't allowed to have pink. That was my colour.
And I feel like we were literally 5 years old.
Yeah.
Like, how was that? That was probably some of your first words.
Controlling, who, me?
So what, you were pink, weren't you? And I was purple. And I was just grateful to be involved. Do you not remember the other bit of this story?
What?
That you decided pink and I had to have purple, but then one day mum came downstairs and you were putting all your pink clothes in the bin and you wanted mine. That's so real that you've forgotten that part of the story.
Feels right though.
Feels right. And you were literally a child and you were like, I don't want pink anymore, I want Maisie's. So, and you were throwing yours in the bin.
Basically,
she's been the way she's been.
Let me be.
All of her life, and it's beautiful, you know? It's good to see girl become woman.
Okay, next question.
Next question. Which one of you would be better at the other's job? On one side, you would have to sing, which would be challenging for you. But on the other side, I would have to use like Excel. And that would be really challenging for me.
Yeah, but I feel like you're quite academic, so you're good at everything.
You think I could get involved in Excel?
I think you'd quite like having a 9 to 5 as well.
Peaceful.
It would be peaceful. I don't think I could handle like all of your stuff.
All the pressures.
Yeah, like I'd literally have a breakdown day 2.
Yeah, I do hear that, to be
But
fair.
I would quite like to be able to go to the Soho House pool on a Friday, like someone did do today. Maisie loves to be unemployed sometimes.
Listen, them's the perks.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to be at the pool at 3 p.m. What are you going to do?
Have you been close all your life? Well, we never really argued.
We don't remember arguing. Our parents remember us arguing when we were kids. But I feel like that's just what you do when you're kids. You're just arguing about like...
Yeah,
stupid
Maisie's like
things.
one of the people that I really rarely argue with. I really respect her opinions and her thoughts, which I don't do with a lot of people.
I actually said the other day, I thought it was kind of amazing that you... Because I feel like I'm quite honest with you.
Yeah.
And other people do sometimes bear the brunt of your feelings about that. But I feel like you're actually like... We have a very healthy, positive relationship where
you
I
know
feel
how
like...
to work with me, not against me.
I do know how to work with... I do the Lord's work, some would say. Literally the other day when you had a therapy appointment and then I then had to be...
It was like draft 1 and then I had to like go over it again.
You had to like workshop your therapy with me and your boyfriend. And then I had to be sort of at one point doing like some form of couples therapy just in the kitchen. But you know who I'm standing up for? That king.
What?
Just in the couples therapy. I feel like I was standing up for your king.
Yeah, thing is, you know, people say like you date someone that's like your father. I date someone that's like my sister.
Yeah, literally. You found male version of me, so you never have to be without a me.
Yeah, so true, queen. It'd be too tough.
It would be too tough for you. No, that's actually very cute. But wait, to finish the question, I would say we've always like we don't really remember arguing, but we were very different when we were teenagers, I feel like.
Yeah, and also when obviously you were on tour, like I didn't really see you that much. But you know, we'd always FaceTime like once every couple of weeks, and Maisie would like send me money for Domino's when I was at uni. So if that's not like true love, what is?
If that's not closeness. And then I feel like we were like got really close when you moved to London.
Yeah.
Because then I was living in London and then that's when we started like properly hanging out more.
And now
look at us. It's Twinhood.
It's Twinhood. Okay, now I've got one which I literally lolled at. Who's better at PT?
That is jail for whoever asked that.
That's a demon
jail.
question.
That's a demon question. Shall we say who we think's better at PT on the count of 3? 3, 2, 1. Me.
Oh my god!
I do.
Why?
Do you not think I'm better?
I think I could go heavier.
You can maybe lift heavier.
I just complain about it more, but I think I bring more energy. I want it more.
No, it's not about who's a bigger star at PT. It's not about who does the PT like more. It's who's better at the PT.
Oh my god! Just because I have to have the block of shame when I do my squats.
No, to be fair, we excel. I was just being...
I tried really hard.
I was just being divisive.
Well.
I was being quirky. I was being divisive. Like, I think we're both just good at different things in PT.
Yeah.
Like, I will say the other day she was making us do lunges and I was watching your form and I was like, I swear I really don't lunge like that. And our PT was like, well, she's just like taking her power from like somewhere else in her body. And I went, is it from her ass? And she was like, yes. Like even everything you do is just building that wagon.
The wagon speaks for itself. It moves me. I don't move
you
the
don't
wagon.
Move the wagon moves you. I've never heard anything truer.
To conclude, Maisie thinks she's better at the gym, but I think we're equally as good. It also depends on the week.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes
I have to drag you by your heels.
You're not wrong, to be fair.
But I feel like we're both, really trying at the moment.
We are. We're trying to get into a rhythm, into a routine. I feel like my people pleaser gene is coming out to play with our PT.
What, you just want her to...
I just want her to be proud of me.
Aww.
Maybe I should speak to my therapist about that.
Okay, I've got another one.
Yeah.
Which is, what are your favourite books at the moment?
Okay, this is a great question. I'm going to check my Goodreads.
I'm going to check my Goodreads.
Me and Ellen love Goodreads. You and I think, are the only people that we have on Goodreads. Maybe I should set that up. Would you guys want to see my Goodreads? Would you want to see Ellen's Goodreads? To be fair, I feel like both of them would be kind of good. Well, this is actually a hot topic. I read, after Ellen being like, you've got to read it, you've got to read it, I read The Housemaid. And what did you...
I literally messaged her because I wasn't with you when I saw the Goodreads rating. Like, I was just on my phone and I saw she rated it a 3.
I gave it a 3. It was very hooky. Like, I read it in a day. I read the whole thing in a day. But my problem was that I kind of expected the twist.
You're so clever. My friend also got the twist.
Yeah.
And I was gagged when I
Two types of people.
There's like the page that you get to gagged.
Yeah, I know we don't want to do spoilers, but I thought the twist was kind of obvious.
Not you being too clever for The Housemaid.
Well, listen, I do think that it's great that so many people love it, though. Like, a book that everyone loves is a win, in my opinion.
I feel like it's one that will get you out your reading slump.
A book that I read recently that I really liked Butter, which you were like, it was the first book I read on my Kindle, and I actually did really like it. I thought it was really interesting. It's a bit of a slow one, and it's about a woman who's a serial killer, and it's set in Japan, and it's kind of about food as well. And womanhood, classic me topics, me and womanhood. And yeah, I really liked it. I really got into it after like the first quarter.
Love that.
What about you, Queen?
So I love a thriller. I feel like I need quite fast-paced books. And
Maybe that's ADHD.
So ADHD coded.
Yeah.
But I really liked Hidden Pictures. And it's about like this woman who's looking after this kid, like childminding for this kid, and he basically starts drawing really creepy pictures. And I really like the book because it like shows the drawings.
That is interesting.
Which is quite cool. And I thought I was gonna get the twist, but then like there were so many twists that like
you didn't.
And it was like we were saying like any book over 400 pages. Why though? Why? There's no need for any book to be over 400 pages.
That's a hot take. I will say that after like the episode or the one before, everyone told me to read Fourth Wing. And because of the rapturous response that it got, I definitely will be doing at least one Fourth Wing, if not all of them.
Ellen, talking about ADHD was so real. Any tips for us? Other full-time job ADHD girlies? I would say definitely don't compromise when it comes to like getting the job in the first place. Like if I was to get another job, I would be like really firm and like what works for you. I know me, myself, I need like hybrid working. I don't concentrate when I'm in the office, too many distractions. That would be like a cannot compromise on. I'd also need a really supportive like team and manager. So I'd need them to set it up for me. And like, I need them to know that sometimes I'm going to work like 2 days in one, but then I also need them to know that like sometimes I'm going to be feeling a bit low or I might not have the same energy. And like, I need them to be on board with that. I know this is like just like nice to have, but I really like having a job that gives me free therapy. I think that's so important and a really good perk. And I'd also just get a job that you know is suited for ADHD. I feel like as you like have more jobs and like get further in your career, you'll know what works for you. So I know personally, I couldn't do like a job that's really heavy on admin. I couldn't do a job where I'm just like, it's kind of the same thing each month. So, I mean, just some recommendations. I think really good jobs for ADHD is anything like project-based, anything creative. But also I hear lots of ADHD people can have good, like, stimulating jobs, like, more from an analytical take. So it really depends. But I think do not compromise. Make sure your workplace is accommodating and it's 2025 people. They should be.
Ellen, this person asks, what is it like having a pop star sister?
What? Because she's so famous and powerful. What is that like? To be fair, I'm so immune to it now. Like, I feel like people don't understand that you actually had quite a long come up. Like, you've been grafting since you were 15.
No, that's 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm 25. That's a good point, actually, because I think there was a lot of speak on overnight success and people being like, oh, they've when somebody suddenly has a mainstream moment and people think, oh, that they've just gotten there. But in fact, like I've been doing it for 10 years, like, the obvious examples, but Charlie XCX, 15 years probably. Like even Sabrina, Chapel, like that's all 5-10 years in the game. So I do think when you're the family member, it maybe to the outside world, it feels like super instant and super intense and huge. But for you, it's actually just been like quite a slow build. So you've not really felt it as much because it's sort of been so gradual.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like there's been so many like layers to this, and like it's like you've increased. If you were a graph, you'd be like that.
That's nice.
Like steady. But I mean, there's definitely moments where I'm like, I remember after you did Wembley, I was like, is she still gonna want to like talk to me? 'Cause, like, am I cool? Like, she's such a pop star, and like, Wembley once, like there's an after party for friends and family, and it's obviously was really big. And I was just in the corner like, oh my God, I don't want to like.
You're like, I'm shy.
But no, most of the time, it's very normal. But it's obviously very cool having a pop star sister. I love it.
Sometimes we do fun things.
It's amazing. I do get my boxes. I get my perks.
You get your PR packages. You get your podcast.
Yeah. So yeah.
Because what's mine is Ellen's. Another thing that I know you guys really wanted to see when I did a little poll on Instagram was you guys really liked He's a 10 But. Sadly, Twinning or Binning got the lowest votes, which I was kind of sad about, and I think justice for Twinning or Binning. But, well, that's for another day.
They just don't get it.
They just don't get it. The girls that get it, you know what I mean? So we've got some He's a 10 Buts. I'm going to do a sort of a speedy round, if you will. I'm going to start with, he's a 10 But. He has a Labubu collection.
Wow.
Are they real or are they fake? That's Ella's first question.
But do you actually have lafufus?
Yeah.
And you know what? Like the ADHD queen I am, I'm kind of over them now. Like,
so real.
I'm kind of glad I didn't spend like my life savings on them because like
me too.
Kind of over them. So maybe like, to be honest, I'd rate that quite low because what do you mean you've been like queuing for Pop Mart? What do you mean? Like, I don't want my mans in the Pop Mart queue.
No, and that's fair enough. So he's a 10 But. What are you saying?
4. I mean, it's not like a sackable offence, but equally a bit weird.
Okay, this is a good one, but I don't know if you're going to want to keep this in the podcast.
Okay.
For that. You have to talk about my nipples, so I feel like anything goes. He's a 10 But. He clips his toenails in front of you. And you know why I'm asking you this?
I know why you're asking me this, and my digital footprint is ruined. But I'm gonna have to give it a 10 because I do get my boyfriend to cut my toenails.
There it is. Ding, 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 ding. Red flag of the actual century. But also maybe green flag because he does do it.
Yeah, I can't get down there. It really gives me the ick.
The wagon's too big.
It gives me the ick doing my own toenails. I don't know. And like,
so you'd rather he did it.
And like you're gonna literally vomit at this, but like I do them normally after the showers. They're all warm and malleable.
I can't believe this is online forever.
It's not like anyone has a foot fetish either. I'm a lazy girl and I don't want to clip my toenails.
Girls sing I'm too messy that I'm too fucking clean, but they don't know what that really means.
That actually is too real. Also, like, sometimes I do forget, like, hygiene bits. Like, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm the cleanest girl ever because I've got slay ADHD and sometimes it gets hard out here. So
it's good to be honest
sometimes
about that as well.
if he can help me with this little bit of hygiene, then that's great. So clipping toenails.
He's a 10 But.
I've got to say 10, don't I? What would you give it?
10.
Queen, I'll get you on the toenails next if you
don't come anywhere near my toenails. Just keep a wide berth. I don't want you anywhere near these dogs.
He's literally gonna kill me for that. Oh well. He's a 10, but he's a finance bro. 10. You know, I'm just a London girl. I'm a London marketing girl and I need my London finance bro. They are 2 peas in a pod.
She's just a London marketing girl. He's just a London finance boy.
We were discussing that, like, we should be we, as in
collective,
should all be dating men with full-time
professions. I have to say, I do think if it can be done, it is good when they have a job. And obviously, understanding for when they're between jobs or when they're looking for a job and they're not finding the job. But like, if we can put on pause men without jobs, I think that might be good.
Like if they're trying to follow like their hustle, their side. No,
I would like full-time employment.
I want
please.
full-time employment.
I'd like that pension. Bring it to me. Bring me your pension.
I want the health insurance.
You want that health insurance? You want the pension?
Like
it's 2025.
Come on.
Give back. So he's a 10, but works in finance.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've already said 10.
You've said 10 to a lot of these. You're an accepting queen. I'm giving him like a 6 because you never know. He might be different.
He might be a rat.
Or he might be a rat. He's a 10, but he doesn't have more than 2 crusty pillows on his bed.
I love a crusty pillow. I hate when the pillows are too thick because it hurts my neck.
Are you a thin pillow
I
kind of
love
girl?
a thin pillow. So for me, I don't mind that. Give me all the crusty pillows.
So he's a 10.
I guess he's a 10.
And my final one, I think, he's a 10, but he likes to stand.
Ugh, 0.
I want a man that's sat at all times.
Can I do one more that I saw?
Yeah.
He's a 10, but he doesn't eat his vegetables.
Oh.
Again, 0.
So
embarrassing.
You've got to have that balanced diet.
But
I want to see some green on your plate.
I do need to be seeing some green on your plate.
And I won't lie. I can admit this about myself. I used to be a bit of a vegetable dodger.
I mean, Queen, you could be better.
No, I just don't like some vegetables.
She doesn't like asparagus.
I really don't. But I will tell a cute story of how... I actually saw a question on the questions of how do you know that your man is the one? And when I went to have dinner with my boyfriend's parents for the first time, and his parents, you know when they send a text when they're like, what food doesn't she like? But obviously me being me, I was like, well, you can only tell them like 2 things because I don't want them to think that I'm picky.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, mushrooms. And I really don't like asparagus, but I obviously didn't let him tell them that. And then when I got there, the first thing that they gave us was a big plate of asparagus. And I'm panic stations, but I'm like, I'm just going to eat asparagus. Like, what else am I going to do? I'm not going to refuse it. I'm English and polite. That would be a disaster. So I'm just sort of making my way through the asparagus, not feeling good. And then he finishes his plate of asparagus, and then he just takes my plate and then eats it. And then like they joke like, oh, like you shouldn't be finishing her food, you know? And he's like, oh, I always finish her food. Like, I just love asparagus. And like, doesn't out me as hating asparagus, but just eats all my asparagus off my plate, so I don't have to eat it.
You don't like asparagus.
I know, but I think it's fine. It has been about 2 years.
Yeah, which is funny you say that because I did the complete opposite approach when my boyfriend met the family for the first time. He's a weirdo. Don't get me started on this law, but he doesn't like melted cheese, yet I've literally had to put a ban on the cheddar cheese. He just loves a raw block, a chunk of cheddar cheese. And I tell you, he's costing me a fortune. I'm going to have to like get him his own cheese. Anyway, so we've uncovered he's a weirdo when it comes to cheese. But so he doesn't like melted cheese. So he hates lasagna, cannot do lasagna. And so I was like, Mum, what are we having for dinner when we were on the train home?
And this was the first time that he was going to meet our parents.
Yeah.
And I was actually already there, I will say.
And first time meeting, like, was it first? No, I don't know.
It was the first time you met our parents. It was, and me.
Yeah. So it was first time meeting parents. And so I'm like texting them on the way down. I was like, what's for dinner? Just because I want to know. They're like, lasagna. And so what I then do, he's like, don't say anything. I'm like, no, it's fine. I ring them up. I'm like, can't have lasagna. And then we get to, so I just thought they might do something different, like they'll make adjustments. Anyway, we get to the dinner table. The band is round as well.
Yeah, my band was there and my boyfriend also turned up.
It was like a table of 9. It was an intense table. Like, it's not a table I'd want to be if I was meeting everyone for the first time. Quite intimidating. And so we're like, they get like the big tray of lasagna out, and then my boyfriend has this little lonely looking Coco van from Co-op that my dad had to drive to get.
And at this point, we've all been like, he doesn't like lasagna. That's so weird. Who doesn't like lasagna? What a crazy thing to do. What an ick. I wonder what, like, we've all discussed in depth, which is his worst nightmare. Like, he didn't want any of us to talk about it.
Yeah, he didn't want the
attention.
attention.
We all talked about it at length for about half an hour. And then he gets there and obviously Ellen goes, yeah, doesn't like lasagna. Isn't that so weird? Just throw him to the wolves.
It is weird. And you know what?
And you stand on business.
Sometimes in love, you don't understand things.
And that's so true.
And I don't
Did your therapist tell you that?
And I don't understand how you can eat raw chunks of cheddar but not like lasagna.
Yeah, oh, it's too real. So to wrap up, I want to talk about some sort of cultural touch points of the week, just to get your opinion, because you're kind of an offline woman as well.
I know.
So the first thing I'd like to really speak on is the Coldplay Jumbotron footage, especially because I don't know if anyone here knows, but I actually was on the Coldplay tour, and I really remember the Jumbotron footage, and it was like very wholesome because it really would, they'd just be finding random people in the crowd. Like I really don't, it's not planned, it's not scheduled obviously, but also what I thought was funny about the Coldplay Jumbotron footage was you can see behind them that they're right at the back, and the cameras do sometimes like really go like right to the back, but obviously if you're stood there you don't think you're going to be picked, but you could literally see the back of the stadium behind them.
I wonder if he has an enemy out there that like
that leaked his name.
That slipped a bit of paper to the cameraman and was like, zoom into these people at the back.
Wow.
That is a theory. But also the fact that they panicked made it so much worse.
Well, all the online discourse is obviously like if they'd have just stayed normal, then it wouldn't have gone viral because everyone would be like, that's a normal couple. And how else is everyone else seeing the Coldplay Jumbotron footage, you know?
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it is unfortunate. I will say, as a victim of sort of, at the very least, online bullying, I do, whenever things like this happen, I do always think like, oh, it is important to remember not to be serious, but it's important to remember these are like real life people with real life lives. And like, maybe that's just my perspective because I've obviously experienced an onslaught of online opinion, but I do think like, I hope the Coldplay Jumbotron couple are okay, like mentally. I wonder if anyone's saying that.
Yeah.
Thoughts for the Coldplay Jumbotron people?
So here's what I don't feel bad about. I don't feel bad for the guy because he's got a family, he's got kids, and he is the CEO. Ultimately, like he is in charge. You know, the woman who I actually like looked into it, she's quite new to the chief of people role. Shouldn't have done it, especially because like her job is literally for people, like she's in the people department.
Tricky.
But he is the CEO. Like that is like what you're playing at. I just hope that like she doesn't lose her job and he stays. Like I think that would be really unfair, and that would just be a very much a reflection on women and misogyny,
culture in the workplace.
So I'm going to be, obviously, you know, I'm a LinkedIn queen, and obviously, you know, I've found them both on LinkedIn.
Did you?
Yeah, I've noticed that the company's turned off the comments, which is like, to be commenting on LinkedIn is kind of wild. So
that's a new level. You say having looked them both up on LinkedIn.
So I think that'll be interesting. But did you know that the woman standing right next to her was also in the people team?
Yeah, I did know this.
This is why you can never trust HR guys.
Well, it feels like quite a niche event, but you're just saying blanket statement. It's cold out there.
It's cold.
Every man for himself.
When I saw it, I think I've like rewatched the video like 50 times. Like just like unpicking every slight movement is just like actually wild.
No, it's modern cinema for sure.
It's literally crazy.
Like, when's the documentary? When's the indie film? Like, who's making that? Who's going to make the fan fiction that then gets turned into the TV show?
Who's going to do the post of what getting caught on camera at the Coldplay concert taught me about B2B sales?
And the final thing I want to talk about today is obviously our favourite team, the Lionesses.
Queens.
Absolute queens.
Actual queens.
Nothing but respect, nothing but applause for my girls.
So whenever the football is on, which is quite often in this household, thanks to my lovely boyfriend, which I love football.
You actually know a lot about it. You're into it.
North London forever, whatever the weather, these streets are our own.
I don't know that song.
The people that get it will get it.
Okay.
So yeah. We're quite a football couple. But Maisie and her boyfriend, not as much. But there is one case where Maisie is into it, and that is the women's football. And especially when it's like national football, because you feel like there's more in it.
Yeah, but also they're actually really good. Like they won the last league, no?
They won the Euros, yes, Queen.
They won the Euros.
Yeah.
No, this is honestly just my bad knowledge, but they won the Euros. I just think they're iconic. Like, I got right into the lore when they were playing the Euros, and when they won, I felt like a real sense of personal
Maisie
victory.
had to ask me because, like, it obviously ended at full time at 2-2, and she's like, what happens now? But, oh my God, it was the most stressful game.
So this was England versus Sweden.
Yeah, this is England versus Sweden. They were down 2-0, and the goals were so silly. And, like, it was just not looking good up, like, 75 minutes in. And I was like, boyfriend, please turn this off. It's going to make me too upset. Like, it's just too depressing. And so he kept it on. I was just on my phone. And then they went and bagged 2 goals. Woo! And I was
And wasn't it in minute, like, 78 and 81?
It was 78 and 81.
Not me remembering that. That shows how deep I'm in.
It was crazy town. At this point, Maisie like trots down because she couldn't hear me and like just screaming at the TV.
And I locked in for a bit.
You locked in for a bit.
But then I did lock out.
The one thing I have to say about the like getting 2 more goals at 75 minutes is the men could never.
Yeah, you did say that. You were like, the men would never be able to win this, get this back.
They could never. Their egos would have gone. They'd have been like, oh, 2-0. Like,
making silly mistakes. Just being tired. Huffing and puffing.
But the women carried.
Not our queens.
So we got to the penalties, and at this point I couldn't take it. It's like with my ADHD, like I find like like stressful things like that not good. I won't sleep, and you guys know how I feel about sleeping.
That's so true.
So there's a couple of things I'm not allowed to watch. First is the Traitors. It gets me too riled up.
Way too much adrenaline for
Way
you.
too much.
We had
for
to ban
me.
that ages ago.
Yeah, so can't do the Traitors, and I also can't do penalties.
And you can't do online shopping either.
Can't do online shopping either. No. 3 things that
the holy trinity of Ellen's ADHD. But penalties, and our girls did it.
What queens?
And by the time this episode is out, the semi-final will have happened the night before. So Ellen, I want you to pass your what do you think's gonna happen?
My God,
do a guess.
I think they're playing Italy next. And I think just the mentality they had in that game. I sound like the TikTok pundits.
Second to none.
At halftime, Jill Scott, I bet this is a bit niche, but she's an ex-England footballer. She went on I'm a Celeb. She's kind of big in UK culture. She's got like a really northern accent, and she's just really sweet. And she was like, I think the girls can do it. Like they can. And I was like, the girls can't do it, but she's so right.
But she was right.
They did it.
So maybe the girls can do it.
The girls can do it.
Well, we should always be thinking the girls can do it, to be fair, because most of the time the girls can do it. So I'm going to say, I think we're going to have a win. I think we're going to have another win.
I think we're going to have a win. And this makes me think maybe we should start up a women's cuties.
Whoa. Whoa. That came out of nowhere. I don't know the offside rule.
Well, you obviously did when you stole my medal away from me.
To circle back to when we were 6.
The real podcast fans will know what that means.
How deep that cuts.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good luck for next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that they would have won. And when you're listening to this, you're like, oh my God, they had the belief.
Yeah, they saw the vision, they had the belief.
We saw the vision and we like passed on all the good vibes. We're manifesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm sending it forward. Twinhood says, lionesses for the win. That is a wrap from us. We discussed so many things today.
I felt like I was speaking at 1.5.
But you were actually speaking at normal pace.
Who knows?
Who knows?
You might listen to this. And...
It might be giving... A few of the girls in the comments were like, we would never put it on 1.5 because we wouldn't want it to go any faster. Isn't that so cute?
That is so sweet.
And that is why we love the comment section. And I will specifically shout out, for some reason, I just love the Spotify comments. I don't know if it's because I like releasing music, people can't comment on your song. So people commenting on the podcast on Spotify just brings me such immense joy. And there's no reason for it. It's not like we get anything out of the Spotify comments. Like I just actually love to read them. So if you've gotten this far, which obviously you will have because we're so interesting and iconic, then please leave a comment, just literally saying anything. Just say hi. Like, also, I love to see them.
Why is no one watching on YouTube? Like, I mean, you're watching, but like I do, don't make me do full beat for nothing. Because like, I know you can't see my makeup from Spotify. So if you'd be so kind to go over to YouTube.
Just appreciate the art she's making.
Yeah, please appreciate my
doing.
slip back, because this took a while. I curled my lashes, I did a smoked wing. So if you would be so kind as to go to YouTube.
And obviously, keep listening. I love the Spotify comments. I love just the listening in general.
But make sure you're watching us on every single kind of media you can possibly consume.
And listening on all the platforms you would listen on. I want to see Amazon. I want to see Acast. I want to see Spotify.
I want TikTok shorts. I want Instagram shorts.
Keep them coming. Keep them.
I want story reposts. If you're good listeners and do that, then maybe we'll have to do some more behind the scenes coffee making.
What a treat. Wow, if that's not an incentive, I don't know what is.
I really want to do like a full like vlog of like our, not like a full vlog because obviously I do have something called a job, but like a little, you know, like a day in the life, like PT, coffees.
Maybe if you
lunch.
leave us lots of lovely comments and you listen to us on lots of lovely platforms, we'll give you a PT vlog.
Oh my God.
How about that?
Oh my God, they get to see the wagon.
We might have to blur that out.
Oh my God, a PT vlog. Oh my God. Thing is, these vlogs, like, I don't know what I'm saying it'd be a treat for you. It's a treat for me. I'm like, Maisie, can I film a vlog today?
Yeah, literally. Ellen, what are you going to make for dinner tonight?
So, I'm going to make chicken shawarma, and guys, Fridays are for marination. There is a reason most people work from home on a Friday, and that is to marinate.
I don't think it's to marinate.
It is to marinate. I'm making it a thing. Friday are marination days.
What's a Friday, everybody?
Marination days. Back 5 years ago, it would have been marinating in the fake tan, but no, it's marinating my chicken shawarma.
Yes.
So, and not only has the chicken shawarma been marinating, I've also done like a pickled cabbage.
You treat us so good.
And so I'm going to do that. Going to pop it in the air fryer so it's nice and quick. My pickled cabbage, onions, flatbreads, hummus, sweet chili.
God.
So yeah.
I really live the princess life.
Yeah, so
on that note, sorry you can't have a chicken shawarma.
Watch out, Jessie and Lenny Ware.
You're coming for their throats. Coming for their gig. We love you guys. We've been Twinhood.
Goodbye, y'all.
Au revoir.
Goodbye.
My lover. Goodbye, my friend.
P.S. James Blunt Uncle. Say hi if you're listening.